Hey everybody, this is Otter. Just making a real quick video on MusicCraft, created by Bekvon. I ran across this. I'm not big into music or anything. I don't really know that much about music. Of course, I listen to it. But you basically can turn these note boxes into full-on, bands. Just to give you a little example, I actually wrote this from scratch just to show you what it's capable of when you know pretty much nothing about music. I did trumpet, so I know how to read music, and by read music I mean I know how face, and every good boy does fine. So I pretty much just did it from just knowing those two things on treble. So here we go. Yeah, the end there, I really don't know what those notes are. I'm pretty sure it's E and D or F and D, I don't know. But as you can see, that was Chopsticks by Euphemia Allen, some Russian guy, a pretty famous song. And as you can see here, it's pretty simple. You just get yourself a little note box, as many as you need. These are piano, so I got it on dirt. Actually, I got it on air. See that? Nothing below there. Just because I'm that anal. And then you just put a sign next to it that's on a block or something. And there's a lot of ways you can do it. There's better tutorials. This isn't really a great tutorial. I'm not really going to go over it that much. What I like is that you can call files from the folder that is created by the jar and write your own music straight from there instead of having to write it onto the sign. But you can, if you want, you can write short little songs onto the sign, but it's not that great considering. But yeah, you can do it straight straight from it, and we'll go over that here in a second on what it looks like.
Hey guys, this is Otter. This is like my 5th time doing it. I am being horrible today. All right, let's knock this out. I don't want to take up your time. So this is the basic song file. I opened up this bad boy here just to show you how it's going to look when you first get it. You can look at these songs in your songs folder, located in your MusicCraft folder, which is generated by the jar when you run the jar for the first time. Oh, excuse me. So right now, this is if you know music, you're probably like, okay, I get some of this. But no matter how good you know music, if you don't know this markup language, you're going to run into some things like, what the hell does this R mean? What does this T mean? What's this O doing here? We got numbers flying around. So I made a little markup language just to make it a little bit easier for me and my Notepad++. If you don't have Notepad++, I highly suggest you check it out. It's awesome. It's just to add some color, add some spaces. You can have spaces, no worries. It's not going to give you a beat in between. It's a nice little markup language. Oh, MML stands for Music Markup Language, in case you were interested in the etymology behind that. Okay, so when you do this, as far as you can see the differences here, I don't have the comments here. I don't have the comment after the dash for play over woodblock. Okay, that's not necessary. All I did was I kept the name. Okay, the name is going to be the same name as the MML file without the MML at the end. The composer, I just kept that because I felt like putting Old Man. I already told you who it's from. I forgot his name. His last name's Allen. He's Russian. And then the song. The song, I'm assuming, is the most important part. So if you decide to edit anything, do not edit this chunk right here. All right, song equals bracket open, MML, bracket close. Okay, because this is basically what it would look like if you put it onto the sign without the 15-character restriction. You're going to open up with your tempo. At least I hope you'll open up with your tempo. I think the basic tempo is 1 beat a second, perhaps, with latency and everything. So for me, because I'm doing a 3/4 little beat, I did T3, which is 3/10. Okay, so 1 through 9 are your tenths. Okay, so you have 9/10, 8/10. The lower the number, the faster it goes. Yes, in a second. I was debating that in my head. And then if you don't like to go with the tenths, if you want to go with something a little bit way more strict, you can go with the milliseconds, which is 100 through 999. I have not tried it with 8899. I recommend that you don't try it because he specifically said 3 digits equals milliseconds, 1 digit equals tenths of a second. Nothing about 2 digits, so don't play with that. All right, and moving along, I hate when it does that. You'll see all these letters, and if you know music, you're like, okay, that's a G. By the way, you can set up octaves. There's 3 octaves in Minecraft. This song happens to use all 3 octaves used by Minecraft. As you can see, the last note and the only note in octave 3 is right there, and then you have octave 2, and we're going back to octave 1. So octaves are denoted by the letter O and the octave that they're in. I'm pretty damn sure, like I'm nearly 100% sure that the default octave for this is octave 1. But if you want to be sure, you can always open up with octave 1 by just putting in O1. And then continue with your notes, notes. Then you come to the R. The R stands for arrest. That's going to pretty much be a quarter note. In this case, it's going to be 3/10 of a second. Just like the C note is 3/10 of a second, this R is going to rest the song for 3/10 of a second and continue on to the C. Now, you probably, if you know chopsticks, you're like, wait, there's like maybe 4 rests in that entire song. Not that it's a fast song or anything, but you're gonna be like, nah, there's always music happening, and you're right. The only thing about this isn't the author's fault. Author's fault. This is just the fault of whatever. There are nothing higher than quarter notes, so you can't really extend a note to a half note or a whole note, and there are quite a few half notes involved in the song. In fact, there's a dotted half note. To make up for that, I just put a rest. So the C rest isn't actually a C followed by the little curly looking thing. It's actually a C that is a half note. And then a half note and a half note. This is probably a legitimate rest. And then you see this rest here. These are actually legitimate rests with a half note. I just know this because I memorized the song from copying it down letter by letter. Alright, and I'll close real quick with the octaves. The octaves are constant. Once you set it, everything that follows will be in that octave. So you don't have to put, let's say, for instance, oh, God, come on, Notepad. You are representing yourself poorly by doing that to me. I keep trying to drag it, but I shift and it just takes it away from me. Okay, so here we go. We have 2 notes in octave 2. That means you don't have to go octave 2 like that. No, so long as the notes are consistently in that octave, you don't have to change it up until it changes that octave. And it's that easy. It is a great program. I'm not big into music. I love music. Who doesn't enjoy listening to music? Come on. And who doesn't wish they could make or compose some music? So this is a fun little tool just for you and your friends to play around with. Go ahead and install it onto your server, put it on your own little private server, do whatever you got to do, get this little plugin. It's not like, it's not a game changer, okay? It's not going to add some role-playing effects. Hey, maybe it will. Maybe it will add role-playing effects for you, I don't know. But it's a fun little plugin, okay? It's pretty lightweight. And yeah, man, the permissions are pretty simple on it. That's always good, right? You don't want a whole list of permissions to type in, so good job, Bekvon. Major props. He has another great one, by the way. I'll probably do one on that called Bandages. Check out Bekvon. He's great. Check out Bukkit. Bukkit is awesome. The developers are great. Everybody on Bukkit. I love the community on Bukkit. I consider us completely different from the Minecraft community. I mean, we're a part of it, duh. But I think we bring a whole nother thing to, a whole nother element to the game. So great job to Bukkit. Great job to everybody that supports Bukkit. Great job to Bekvon and the developers along with him. Thanks for watching.